You ever get that feeling like the system's about to flip? Because this week, all the signals are lighting up at once. We got the Fed about to move markets, Trump sitting across from China's president, and whispers on Wall Street that an XRP ETF approval might already be in motion. This is not someday talk, everyone. I mean, the kind of coordination that only happens before something big. It's the same setup we saw before the Bitcoin ETF run. Quiet meetings, calm headlines, and then boom, $1 trillion floods in. So buckle up, because by the end of this video, the entire crypto landscape could look completely different. Welcome back to the Bullwinkle Blueprint. Look, if you're new around here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you're coming back, and I appreciate each and every single one of you that come back every single day, make sure you're pressing that thumbs up button. It's free. It's the ultimate way to support the channel. The more thumbs up we get, the more YouTube's going to push out this content. Let's look at the markets. Markets are not looking bad at all as we are slowly making our way back to $4 trillion on the total cryptocurrency market cap. Bitcoin's holding its ground for now, $114,583. ETH right behind it, 4,117. And XRP, yeah, buddy, coming in at $2.65. Didn't look. This week is the perfect storm. This is the week that everyone has been waiting for. The Fed interest rate decision is tomorrow. Powell's press conference right after. And then Thursday, Trump meets with China's president. All within 48 hours. You don't need to be a genius to know what happens next, right? Massive volatility. Because when interest rates move, liquidity moves. And when liquidity moves, crypto reacts first. We've seen this before. Money rotates fast out of traditional markets and into digital assets. And right as that setup forms, we got something wild that hit Newswire. You want to know what that is? Standard Charter. That's right. They stated that Bitcoin may never fall below $100,000 again. Why? Well, because US-China trade tensions are finally cooling. And that means liquidity is about to flow like crazy into these markets. The last time geopolitical friction eased like this, do you know what happened to Bitcoin? Bitcoin tripled in under 6 months. Now imagine what happens when that same momentum collides with institutional FOMO, ETF flows, and on-chain rails that were built for speed. Folks, this isn't random. This is all about positioning. Your smart money is not chasing the hype. They are preparing for the next asset to get that ETF treatment. And I want to go back to this real quick. Look, the way I see the markets, if we do get rate cuts announced tomorrow, maybe another quarter of a point, these rate cuts, whatever rate cuts we have moving forward, are not priced into these markets. The first set of rate cuts, priced in. That's why we didn't really see anything crazy. The rate cuts now, not priced in. And then I want you to remember, you have a lot of institutional FOMO, and all these institutions who are about to become your cheerleader entering the crypto markets. Then we get this, there's a new sheriff in town. Listen.
But as you know, there's a new sheriff in town because after 4 years of mistreatment and outright hostility led by Democrat regulators, lawmakers in this country have a choice. Will we lead our nation into a future of financial sovereignty, of innovation, and of prosperity, or will we let unelected bureaucrats and foreign competitors write the rules for us? And I'm here today to say loud and clear, with President Trump, crypto finally has a champion and an ally in the White House. In our administration, we understand the full potential of the digital assets industry, not just as an investment, not just as a flashy technology, but as a symbol and driver of personal liberty for all our citizens. and we are dedicated to seeing that promise fulfilled. The way that we see it, the people in this room are the digital pioneers of the American economy.
And that's going to lead us to this. Look, Solana, Litecoin, HBAR. Even while the government is shut down, we have ETFs launching today. Massive. You know what's next. XRP ETFs are coming. They're coming in November. With this government shutdown, to me, it sure looks like this bull market got extended. And that's a good thing, because the longer the bull market goes, the higher the prices will climb. Remember that. Let me get this. In the next 12 months, every Wall Street institution will be doing something in crypto. So software is eating the world. Crypto is going to eat capital. And Bitwise put this out that banks are buying in. You can see it on your screen. This is your crypto adoption by institutions. Bank of America getting into crypto trading and custody, getting into crypto ETPs. You got BlackRock, who's in crypto trading and custody as well, plus private crypto funds, ETPs, and tokenizations. Citi is getting involved in crypto-enabled payments. So is HSBC and JP Morgan and MasterCard and Visa. Look, this whole sheet is going to have a green dot next to every column. You want to know why? Because if you look at Bank of America and they're not in the private crypto funds and only BlackRock is and Fidelity, customers who want private crypto funds will leave Bank of America and they will go to the institutions who are offering it. Everyone is going to offer every single bullet on this list. We already got first mover advantage. Now it all is going to start coming together. Over the next year, every Wall Street institution is going to have crypto exposure. Every single one. It's that simple. It is that simple. You got BlackRock who's tokenizing assets, Citi's building on-chain settlements, and banks are quietly integrating Ripple's tech behind the scenes. The narrative isn't if, everyone, it's how fast. And now the same institutions are accumulating before the public catches on. Remember, you are still early. I don't say we, I am 8 years into crypto. And the fact that I can still say that you are early is mind-boggling. But the days of us saying that is coming to an end. And as soon as these institutions enter the market and have their bags set, stacked, overflowing, that is when we can no longer say that we are early. Let that sink in. And if you think that's wild enough, someone drops a quote that changes absolutely everything. Live on Fox News. You see the guy on the right, Kevin O'Leary, Mr. Wonderful. You may know him as. On this segment, they say, I think in the next 5 to 6 months, the largest holder of U.S. treasuries will be stablecoins. This goes back into what we covered yesterday in the video, and it'll be published today on my old channel, Ripple Winkle, talking about what if Ripple did trade in their escrowed XRP for treasury bills and then minted RLUSD as the stablecoin. Think about that for a second. Listen to this clip.
Seconds we have left, but I think that's fascinating now if we all almost inadvertently move away from the dollar and what effects that has on the inflationary aspects of the dollar.
We're not really moving away from the dollar. We're moving away from the paper currency, and we're moving to the U.S. Treasury bill, shorter duration than 92 days. I think in the next 5 or 6 months, the largest holder of U.S. Treasuries will be stablecoins. And it's still the good old American economy that's backing that up. And that, and everybody trusts. 52 cents of every dollar invested around the world goes in the American economy. I think this is a good outcome. And I believe what I just told you will be rapidly moving forward because it will be law. It's not crypto cowboy land anymore. We have policy.
I got it. I'm tempted to make you stand up because I need to know what's going on with the pants. I keep seeing these pictures of you. Look, right now, if I'm guessing, you got some type of like pajama pant bottom on. Right now, be honest, Kevin. If you have to stand up, stand up.
Listen, this is called.
There you go. You heard him there. Very interesting, especially where we are going as a country, right? Let me get this from Smoke. It says North America is now the most active region for digital assets. States that last year, nearly 80% of American digital asset activity was run offshore. Now, with a pro-crypto U.S. administration, new legislative actions in the Genius Act, and a unified framework for digital assets from the SEC, activity in North America has increased by 72%. Now that pent-up demand from the U.S. market and providers finally has an outlet. We expect a sharp rise in activity in the upcoming years. Folks, that is massive because as you can tell, crypto, adoption, builders, innovation, it is all coming back to the US. All one reason, because the US and under President Trump, they want to become the crypto capital of the world. And that is exactly what is happening. These institutions are going to be the ones cheerleading. So we see today those HBAR Solana ETFs going live, even though the government is still shut down. Prepare for your XRP ETF. If I had to take a wild guess at this, I'm going to tell you right before Thanksgiving, we will get XRP ETFs, folks. This is the beginning. Every market cycle has that one moment where retail sleeps, headlines distract, and institutions quietly move. This is that exact moment. The XRP ETF signal, it's not a rumor anymore. It is the early tremor before the earthquake. The same pattern that marked every major breakout in crypto history, it's repeating right now. The question isn't if you'll see it. It's whether you're going to be positioned when it hits. Because by this time, and when mainstream finally catches on, it won't be early anymore. It's going to be history, everyone. I hope you enjoyed. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up on your way out. Drop me a comment down below. When do you think those XRP ETFs are going to go live? And I'll catch all y'all on the next one.